What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS on a Saturday morning. Very excited to be getting into this one, following on from a very, very exciting release day. We've got a very exciting track to get into. Off the brand new African Baddie project, we see Yemi Alade joining forces with Phyno for pounds and dollars. I'm a massive Yemi Alade fan. I love what she does. I love her vocal presence. I think she is quite iconic in the way that she works. And Phyno's been absolutely killing it for the last kind of year. Not necessarily, I feel, getting the kind of accreditation that I think he deserves for being as good as he is. So this should be really interesting to break down. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. I appreciate each and every one of the new subscribers joining, and of course, those who are already subscribed as well. You guys are amazing. Without further ado, then, let's jump into this one. Let's see how it's sounding.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Keezy. Bounce, dollar, bounce, bounce, dollar, bounce, yeah. Suffer every day, and I dey pray to Baba make he bless my way.
Her vocal is just so naturally clean, man. She has this ability to just kind of, again, kind of wash over any instrumental she kind of lands on. There is a slight kind of electronic element going on with this, but it's not kind of overbearing. If anything, it's just kind of amplifying a lot of the tones and textures of her vocal. The instrumental itself, very stripped back. You've literally got these quite punchy drum leads, but then you've got a guitar string, which is just kind of plucking away through the middle, which is very potent in its own way. An interesting compositional value so far.
Cause I don't see so many things. So many people love me. So many people love me. Now I make bounce, dollar, oh, lapo. Bounce, dollar. Any other thing that I bounce, dollar.
Again, this is now the third tune today that I'm saying this about, but simplicity is sometimes the best form of kind of capturing people's imaginations. It's such an interesting kind of oxymoron of a subject, but when you hear it and actually break it down, simplicity allows a brain to kind of form their own connections to something. It allows us as humans to kind of be captivated by something a lot more because we don't have to take as much information in. We can form our own kind of loves and bonds around it, and that's exactly what we're getting with this one. Similar to the last track we reviewed, but this one, that pounds, dollars, just that, it's catchy, and it has this natural kind of dip and weave to it, the way that she's bringing it in and around the rest of the rhythm. And I can't lie, this is something that Yemi Alade has always done very, very well. She's able to captivate using simplicity and amplifying that simplicity into something beautiful. It's fantastic.
Bounce, dollar, any other thing that it's gonna be. My mama said, do the necessary and get down on your knees. What's gonna be is gonna be. Pray every day. Do the necessary. Your hustle is go pay.
I genuinely think Yemi Alade's being slept on a little bit in 2022, because I think she is easily top 3 in regards to kind of catalogue, in regards to legacy, in regards to iconism, in regards to all of these things. I think I don't know why more people aren't kind of shouting and ranting and raving about how good she is. Her vocal is literally, it's iconic. That vocal line that she brings is iconic, and I've found that since near enough the first time listening to her with what she does. But let's get into Phyno's verse. Let's see what he brings to this one.
They calculate, life no be play. I've been down on my life when I elevate. I go hard every day to be cutting checks, so I keep them straight. No time to waste. My only quest to put food on my plate. My mama too, my family too.
Unusual vocal.
My crew, we gon' make it. Yeah, now that fella beg, I don't need it on promo. But can't forget the days my life on a slow-mo.
That's what I'm talking about. I would always say that Phyno has a similar kind of thing to Sarkodie in the way that he raps, where he naturally has this kind of skippy texture about his vocal line. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying they're kind of copying each other or anything like that. There is just this kind of natural ability to find those skippy patterns and find those kind of skippy syllabics that naturally intertwine and formulate into a verse very cleanly. Phyno Phyno's very, very good at it. And I think this is a great example of that as well. You can already hear it. Not necessarily as skippy as a Sarkodie, but still that natural kind of high energy rap approach works really, really nicely. I wasn't too sure about the sort of lower pitched overdub section in the middle though. That was a bit bizarre.
Reason I stay humble and been do on the low low. Or to if you fair in back at my time, bro. Moro Chinek and Nakuru Nimem Kopo. Abamaka Webani Rollis away, we can get stronger. When Mezemu and Paula, the second time I make pounds, dollars,
oh what I go, pounds, dollars, any other thing like that, pounds.
Again, it's her vocal, man. Her vocal. It's I don't understand why, especially in the UK. Why are we not shouting about Yemi Alade more in the UK, man? Her vocal is literally bang on. I'd love to see her collaborate with some UK artists. I think you could come up with some really cool, interesting sort of styles and sounds with just what she does. Her and Notes on a tune would absolutely bang, man. Something like that. I don't know whether that's kind of her decision to kind of more stick to what she's doing on a solo level. I'd love to see her involved in more collaborations, man. Just the ways she re-arrived on that. Like, there's a collaborative energy, but it's also her going, nah, I'm going to show you how this works. It's great.
Pounds, dollar, any other thing like that. No, they tire, just they fire. Your heart desire require daily fire to make you pray to Baba, make you bless your way. And when you see me for TV, just know, say.
And you can still hear that natural quiver to her vocal texture. You can still hear it kind of going, you can hear that slight shake. That's something I always look for, especially when you are someone that is utilizing kind of electronic elements in there as well. It's not an auto-tune shake. That's her vocal naturally quivering, and the vocal itself is just it's the vocal itself is slightly phasey. That's all it is. But it just gives it this slightly emotive feel. And I think a natural quiver in a vocal is something that everyone should try and squeeze into a tune in at least one place. I think it builds this natural human connection a lot more so.
What can pray? What's gonna be is gonna be. My mama say, do the necessary and get down on your knees. What's gonna be is gonna be. Pray every day. Do the necessary. Your hustle go pay.
I haven't paid that much attention to the bass line down below, but I do like that. I do like that kind of melody that is almost mimicking almost Phyno's verse. That skippy kind of that skippy kind of texture down below. And again, it all kind of circulates in your brain when you're not kind of listening to any one individual element. You listen to it as a composition, you take it all in at once. The overall element of this is bouncy but minimal, which I really like. It's an area that Yemi's always been good at as well. I do need to probably check out a little bit more off this new project. I didn't even realize it was landing today. I'm sleeping that much. It's not that good. So I need to make sure I check more out. We're going to let this one run through to the end though, and then we will give it our final breakdown. Even things like this towards the end, little electronic edits and beat stops and things. I love hearing that. There we go then, the sounds of Yemi Alade, Pounds and Dollars featuring Phyno. I did like Phyno's verse. I'd have liked it to have maybe been a bit more impactful. It did kind of feel a little bit like it was arriving. It wasn't necessarily like an event as much. It felt like more of an event when Yemi came back in. But again, that might be preference. That might be how they built the tune. I always like collaborations to have an impact, but that's just me. That's the crying out listening to dancehall in me. But again, very much enjoyed this. I think Yemi again is, I don't necessarily want to say underrated, but I feel underhailed and under-heralded for how many bangers she's had, how big her catalogue is. And again, that's me speaking from literally a very Western perspective. I'm talking more about her kind of reputation in the UK. I think more people should be shouting about Yemi in the UK. But there we go. Very cool tune, and I do need to check out more of this African Baddie project. But there we go. As always, friends, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and proud.
Yes, it's Kovu. Stay locked. CUBREACTS TV.
Your boy Slim Oldfit right here, and you're locked on to the best breakfast with man like Kovu.
this is Aaron Glitch and you're tuning to the sounds of Kovu right now. You already know the thing. Bad boy selector. Alright, let's go.